AI, it's everywhere now. Growing up, millennials and older generations were told fervently by teachers that we wouldn't have a calculator in our pockets at all times. We know how that went. Now we see teachers and college professors grasping at straws to fight students on work submitted with ChatGPT to the point that students are discussing how to get around AI detectors. I mean, there are literally AI detector sites that allow you to rewrite things so it doesn't sound so much like AI, which in some cases, people are finding themselves accused of using AI when they definitely didn't. AI art in particular has been quite problematic. Within the last year, a comic called Zarya of the Dawn was conceptualized by a writer who used Midjourney to create the images used for the story. Initially, the courts didn't notice that Midjourney was credited, and they weren't aware it was used to create the images used in the story. Once they were aware, however, they made a move to revoke the author's copyright as legal precedent in the United States that for copyright to be established, the work must be made by a human. A lot of us are likely familiar with the story of the monkey who took its own picture. It's not copyrightable. Now, I'm going to be completely and entirely transparent here. I am, in fact, an artist. However, I'm going to do my best to remain as unbiased as I can in reporting this current situation. Now, amid writers striking in Hollywood over greedy studios wanting to effectively turn their writing into gig work and reduce their pay, or worse, Marvel has finally started airing their new Disney Plus series, Secret Invasion. Method Studios was in charge of creating the AI-generated intro for the television series. They proudly posted to Instagram about their success with the project, but amid backlash, they deleted the post. With such strong controversies surrounding AI, especially AI art, at a time when writers are striking over AI, releasing a show with an AI-generated intro is a statement that artists are replaceable with AI. And a lot of other people are seeing that too, as you can see in these tweets. I will disclose that I am not a lawyer, as I want to move on to some of my personal thoughts on the issue, including what we can do as artists moving forward. So to me, this screams I will pay as little as possible to artists and writers, as they are overhead that should be cut out where possible. However, there's something even more surprising here, and that's the fact that AI-generated anything can't have a copyright, at least as far as the US is concerned. This could potentially be a double-edged sword. See, Marvel owns the IP behind the comic, and now the TV show. Copyright protects the expression of a piece of media. Technically speaking, and again, I am not a lawyer here, someone could potentially use some of the art that was rendered for the series using AI without any true legal recourse. And that's because AI itself is not copyrightable. Only the IP itself is. Now, but because Marvel owns the IP, they could in turn obviously strike down anyone who uses it, even though it's not copyrightable. As I was saying, it's not to say that they should use someone else's AI art, or that they wouldn't receive a copyright strike if they tried to use it in any capacity and got flagged. But, it could happen, obviously. We obviously haven't seen any situations with that yet, but with things like this where studios are literally using AI to generate parts of their show, we could see a lot more complications in the near future. It is also possible that these studios will lobby in order to prevent any kind of issues with copyright. Considering the financial power of these companies who abuse creatives, who just want to make a living, mind you, it would not surprise me if we found ourselves in a legal situation where the courts reverse their decisions on AI-generated content in order to keep up with the times. So, enough with the negativity. You're probably wondering, what can we do about this? Honestly, I don't have all the answers. I'm just a duck girl on the internet. But I do have some ideas on ways that we can make an impact and take care of ourselves as artists. First of all, I'm sure that this is obvious, but abstaining from consuming art generated with AI, it's becoming more of a problem with each passing day, and it's getting harder to distinguish, but if you can, abstain from it. Second, spread awareness about this issue by posting on your social media. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell people about it. The more you talk about it, the more people are going to see what's happening. And the last actionable tip that I have is for you newer artists and even existing artists who don't know what to do about this. My suggestion, instead of just throwing away your canvases and any of your tools, is to actually just learn a new skill in the art space that is in high demand or is more niche. Something that AI isn't going to be able to replicate anytime soon. It won't be easy in most cases, but if you can do what an AI can't, you'll be well ahead of the game. For me personally, I am learning to improve my live 2D rigging skills. You might be thinking, but Lucky, I don't want to be a VTuber or make VTuber models. And while I totally understand that, VTubers aren't the only people who need live 2D services. Animated stream alerts and emotes can be made using live 2D, which instantly broadens your client base. You can use it to make overlays that are animated, or even character models for video games. I mean, heck, take Twisted Wonderland for example. That is definitely live 2D, and that is a game made by Aniplex for Disney. So it is definitely an in-need skill. So you want to look for a skill that is like that you can apply even with AI becoming the new big thing. So if you want to find more out about live 2D and how to get started with rigging, come hang out with me during my live 2D streams. I'll actually be hosting one this Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, or 7 a.m. Pacific Time for you folks on the West Coast of the United States. If you found this video interesting and you want to support me, I would appreciate if you gave this video a like. They help the algorithm find more cool ducks like you. My goal is to help as many artists as I can. If you want to see my live 2D rigging stream, you can go ahead and click right over here. And I'll see you in the next one. Lucky out.